Okay, I'm probably live. I'm getting into my computer. I'm running a little bit late tonight, so just give me a second here. So we got 6 rows of nickels left, and I got all the change out of the car, out of my pockets, and all that. We're gonna hunt, look for errors, varieties, whatever. So we gotta get these done. I'm not gonna be able to go to the bank tomorrow. I got something's going on with my truck I just got, so probably have to go to the bank on Monday with all this change. That's gonna be fun. So last time was cool when I did the mail call from Dirty Waters, Coin and Collectibles. If you drop on in, say something. Still no silver yet. We're on the last batch of 10 damage. So far, the finds been the proof nickel and the proof Canadian nickel. There we go, 2000. Trying to make it look a little bit better on the just in the cell phone here and the holder. Nothing pre 62 out of this last batch of 10. But we got a D on the back. What year we got? 62 Denver. And now, if I was starting a new book, I would have kept that one. Actually, I got several Jeopardy nickel books I need to go through and figure out what I need in each book. And write me a list down. But beginning of the year, we get a new set of Jefferson nickel books. We're going to start filling those out. A lot of 25 Denvers now. I'm up to about 24 Denvers. 7 people. Hello, welcome in, y'all. You like to type in chat, I will acknowledge you. Glad y'all stopping in. Hey, maybe for a minute or two, that's fine. There's 72 Denver. The proof we found was the 72S. I'm trying to see if I see it. Oh, that's where it's at right there. Here's the Canadian proof. Got the Royal Mint mark down, the Royal Canadian Mint mark right there. It is a 2016. There's a 72 proof. See how all everything's squared up. And you can tell it's been worn, it's been in circulation for a while because got some of the lettering missing, the steps are somewhat gone. So yeah. Trying to figure out why I had this one stacked on top of that one. Oh, 25 Philly. Then I think that's my first 25 Philly. Or the second one. I actually have a Cheerios penny graded at MS67. It's about a little bit over $400. Now I do have an 1835 half dime where somebody drilled a hole into it. That's a that's a U.S. coin. I do have from the early 1700s a Dutch colony coin. And those things are probably worth those are probably worth about $4 or $5 a piece. Then I do have the partial Roman coins from the 300 AD era. I'm gonna die chip between that. What is that? 1 and the O. Yep, we got a little small die chip in the O. Okay, I'm stays. Now I do have a coin. If it wasn't harshly clean, probably worth about $3,000 or $4,000. It's a Morgan Micro O. If somebody harshly cleaned it, I did a video on it a while back. I paid $50 for it. It should be about a $3,000 coin. It looks like somebody took a Brillo pad and just cleaned all the junk and gunk of it off. Now I'm keeping the Westward Journey series out to see how many I get. Thank you for the hearts. Oh, look, we got a die chip between the, let's see, I can use the mouse. Right there, a die chip there, and a die chip there. We get anything on the back side. Nothing there. We'll definitely keep that one. Okay, what's happening is, hold on, 64. Let me clear out my voice on a little bit. Denver. What happens is, when the die hits those coins, that metal starts to break down. So what happened here is, in the signature, so I get, okay. So what happened is, part of the die broke here. So the die was weak, metal fatigue. It broke here and broke here. Those should not happen. And so I find those. It's the same thing with the beehive. The die starts to break on the side of the building. Ooh, gross. I don't even know why I wear gloves. $64. So if you look, oh man, that stuff is sticking to the glove. Ugh. Let's see. So this is the beehive. If you look, the die starts to break on the edge of the building. So this is what I call a class 1, just a straight beehive. Now, it could be big too. It can go up taller. It can go up farther out. But sometimes you get, let's see if I got one here. I don't know if I do or don't. There's a small one there. So you got some small ones that occur in there. I got some other ones. I gotta get this box done tonight. Because if my truck gets fixed in the morning, I pick my truck up tomorrow afternoon. I gotta come here and then go back to the bank. So the die chips on the bills are called beehives. I learned that terminology about 2 years ago, and I started pulling them out. I got some nice ones. Somebody just sent me a ton of them. I found a few pre-modern day. And modern day means it's that style. So, say 2004 on back would be old style. 2005 is kind of like in the middle, which would be Buffalo and your Pacific View. What makes a coin expensive? Well, let's see. The grade of the coin. That depends on the condition of the coin. Also, the rarity of the coin. Was it last October? I think it was. Somebody, or was it this October? I can't remember when. There was a dime with no mint mark from the from the San Francisco Mint that sold for over $500,000. Extremely rare. So, yeah, it's going to depend on the condition of the coin. For the grade, 24 Denver. Cool, that's 21. A low manage. See, that's going to be a semi-key date because it's a low manage year. 24 Denvers. With along 2009 Philadelphia and Denver minute coins. If it's a major double die, like if you go to Wexler's on the shield tints, hey, hello, IT. Oh man, that sucks. You can't find your toner. You got it somewhere. You just got to look for it. If it's a low managed year like the Jefferson Nickel, the key date of that series is the 50 Denver. I bought one for $65. 2 weeks later, I get one in change. Bought a few more arrive on $30, $40 a pop. So, a key date coin, the lowest manage of the coin of that type is going to be the most expensive one. A good example, Mercury Dime, Denver. They only made about 16,000 of those. And even, oh, look, got a die chip in the O. Should not be there, but we find it. Very low mintage. Even a P1's like $300. P1 means there's hardly design left to it. It's got a date. They can probably make out the outline of the Mercury, and that's it. Get a big giant magnet. See what happens. Might find other stuff besides that still scent coming up. I tell you, you missed my mail call video unless you watched it today. Dirty Water sent me a bunch of nickels with beehives and some other dye chips too. He sent me one with the butterfly on the prairie one. I can't remember the name of it. One with the dye chip on the butterfly wings. 2 pennies with some dye chips on there. Some dye chipping in the dimes, but I find those all the time anyway, so. Then a bunch of beehives. Oh, look, we got a die crack right there, almost to the rim. May have it right there. A good example of another rare coin you can only get in a mint set. It's the last 40% ever minted was a 1970 Denver $50. But you can only get those in mint sets. I bought 2 mint sets. I got one in the book. I got one that's just the Denver mint set, not the Philly. So I got 3 of those. Debating if I want to sell them or not. One's kind of cloudy, milky looking. I think I may be able to clean it off with a rubbing alcohol, but then that takes the skin off. Now maybe if everything goes right, I may start the beginning of the new year with a box of quarters. I may. I don't know yet. That's $500. Yeah, so value of the coins, condition, rarity, and if it's graded, the grade on it. Some coins are graded, let's say an MS63. Let's say it's PC, let's say it's a penny, a 2020 shelled cent. Let's say it's $20 at an MS66, no, 63 on PCGS website. 69S, not a proof. You can tell by looking on the edge, it's rounded down, not straight down. So okay, hold on to that. I like keeping this one. I don't know why. Let's see, what was I talking about? I easily get distracted on hunting coins. Oh yeah, the grade. So let's say it's $20 at 63 on PCGS's website. Oh look, we got a class 2 beehive. So here's the main outline of it. And it's the secondary outline. So we got a class 2 beehive. Nice. Maybe that junk will come off. I don't know. Nickels are falling down. No. Can't get these gloves to fit on right. There we go. That's a nice little class 2 beehive. See, now, if I could figure how to get onto the Discord channel on the computer, I could go live chat on there while I'm live hunting here. And I think I could show the video on there using the cell phone. I've done it once before with Raid Shadow Legends, but can't remember how I did it. Okay, I got one more nickel. So, unless I'm filling out a book, or unless the coin's really nice in the 60s, I usually don't keep them. Now, 60 and 61, you want to keep those. You want to keep filling out books, because those are you need for your first year Jefferson Nickel book, the cheap ones. So I got some of those. Also got my nice Whitman one. I really want to save up for a 1981 Type 2 proof mint set. So make sure I get all those coins. Still no silver. God dog it. I've gotten silver and change before. Usually I'll find stuff on Denver's. Y'all probably, if you've been in here before, you hear me say that. But sometimes you can find something. Sometimes. '68 Denver. Now, they did not make any '68 Phillies. That's why if you get a mint set, you will not find a coin from Philadelphia. Except for maybe the penny. Now, 65, 66, 67, there are only Philadelphia minted coins in special mint sets. Denver and San Francisco didn't produce any coins that year because they switched the machines out for the clad coins. Plus, San Francisco was getting the machines for making the proofs. There's a 64. Well, as I get more and more of these Denver ones, it's going to get harder and harder to find Philly minted coins for beehives. The coins are sticking to my glove. Oh, check and find out. They're not cheap. I can tell you that right now. I actually got the 79 Type 2 Kennedy half, and I paid about almost $70 for this son of a gun. We got 3 rolls left down in the box and still not produced not one pre-60. Nickel. Trying to get this done as fast as possible because I need a true mental break. So once I get done with all this, I'll be blowing up stuff on the computer. Got the ring of death on this one. Badly. People are left in here. 4, 5 likes. Thank you. Tell you what, if I get this done, these rolls of nickels done here very shortly, I still have a few penny rows left to go through. We can go through a row. See if we get a wheat cent. This is from the current box of pennies that I got. All my finds. There's about 10 Wheaties in there. 2005 Denver. Still looking for the speared bison. No luck yet. What is it on here for? This is a 69S. Oh, yeah, that's right. So if I don't get a chance to go to the bank tomorrow night, I'm going to have all this cleared off on the desk by then when I get in. Probably start sorting through nickels from Dirty Waters to different stacks as class 1, class 2, class 3 beehives, early stage beehives. Picked up vape tubes. I was going to use those, but not expecting that package yesterday. So here in South Louisiana, it has been raining all day long since about 1 o'clock this morning is when it started raining. And it's cold. So I had to get a drink. It's cold and wet. Moisture makes it colder that's in the air. FSB Hive right there. At the bottom of the pointer. But I'm still hungry. I got a piece of fried chicken in there I can eat. I went to Dollar General and I saw a chili mac. 3 cans for $6. So I took 2 cans. Great. I ain't gonna try to find that. Put 2 cans of Campbell's chili mac in the pot and add a can of red beans. A little bit of onion, bell peppers, salt, pepper, chili powder. Possible Odie right there on that end. I don't see no mint mark. It's not silver. Got skunk in the last box of nickels that I got. No mint mark. Probably a 60s. Nope, 76. Wow. I just got to look up the 1960s. Wow. That coin is Coin is 49 years old. All right, 2 rows left. We'll probably have time to do 1 row of pennies. Machine doubling right there. There's a nice Class 1 beehive. Actually, it's a Class 2. It's got a little ridge. Quit sticking to my glove. Okay, I'm putting a new pair of gloves on. Where that gunk was on there is making the coin stick to the glove. So you got your main one here. Then here's your secondary one right there. And it looks like it's starting to go out this way. A nice little die contact right there. Coin contact mark. $17 Philly. There we go. Oh, God. Okay, these gloves are supposed to be easy to put on or not. These are the larges. I want to get the extra large. Okay. Then the air out. $89, $98. Nothing. That's just junk. Actually, when I worked at McDonald's, we used to find Civil War nickels all the time. '83 Denver. How well is that one? Yes, all messed up. Wasn't that messed up, I would keep it. So 82 and 83, they did not make mint sets. They had a third-party company that got rolls of coins and made their own mint sets. I do have an 83 and an 81 tourist mint set from Denver. And that's exactly where they're at. Put up. I'll tell you this, even though they're in Denver, those are not full steps on those coins. They just grabbed them right out of circulation. They made their own little tourist set to sell in the gift shop. And when I bought them from the coin shop, they did not know that. That's what those were. I bought them for both sets for $2 each. There we go, fast beehive. Jesus, this is going to be fun sorting all this out here in a minute. How about those tall coin holders that hold nickels, dimes, and pennies, but not quarters? They're really, really good for these nickels. And I'm hunting beehives. I could put 15 more inside those tubes versus I can have what 35 or 36 in a tall tube versus hold on 55 versus 40 in a nickel tube. I was trying to do math thinking out loud and I had to stop and do it in my head. Scary. Nothing there. Be nice to find silver. I know one time I had a bunch of people in the room, about 20 people. Most left up to the third row, and on the fourth row, I had the silver. That's last year. See, until I quit getting able to get pennies, I was doing a box of nickels every 8 to 9 weeks. Try to let the penny boxes get sorted out and hopefully get more wheats. I definitely would do it if I had like a couple low runs of wheat cents. I tell them, hey, I'm coming in for a box of nickels. Don't worry about the pennies. That way, those pennies got rotated out, and the new batch came in from Brinks. Yeah, I want to get they got some downloading content for MechWarrior Mercenaries and Clan I need to get. I do have another channel for gaming. I haven't done anything with it yet, so you may be seeing, well, I'll probably put on here when and if I ever activate it. Doing games of MechWarrior Mercenaries. Ooh, another 25 foot. That's my second one. I know I did not do. I didn't check the reverse for a beehive. Nothing there. Got a contact mark right there on that window. Transom. I had 2 rows of uncirculated 2000s. I don't know if they're Denver or Phillies. They're staying in the wrap. There we go. Got a little die chip in E and the R. Whoa, we got a nice little beehive here. That's actually just a class 1, but you can see where the die is breaking this and slipping down to the edge. That's a cool one. I've never seen that type before. We got a die chip in the O. Anywhere else? Nope. Cool. Okay. Second last row of the nickels. Oh, you're back. You find your stilly? Well, I got one more row of nickels. I'll do a row of pennies, and then it's the change. It's about up to here inside the Sprinkles can. Don't check when I get coins and change. I don't check them. Wait till Thursday night. So I was gonna go wash my truck today. So I need to drop the tailgate and spray out the bed the truck. But it's been raining all day. Then with the check engine light on, I gotta take that in tomorrow morning. Figure out how I'm gonna pay for that. Oh, here we go. Nice little beehive right there coming off the building. Little spike. Got a little die chip inside the M. Right here. I wish I could draw in here live, but not save it. There's got to be a program out there for that. '87 Denver. In '87, what was I doing? Oh yeah, design hollow metal frames, door frames and window frames for jail cells. That'd be something to do. Design my own house, which I can do. Design all my own door, window, metal frames. Make it hard for somebody to break into my house. Now, one of the strangest things I ever drew, I can't remember which, it might have been Puerto Rico or Jamaica. They were building a new prison, and they still execute criminals at the time down there. So we were asked to design a hangman's platform, which we actually had fabricated in our own little shop in Central Jamaica. That was something cool to see. Somebody's next door. Now, when I first started working at that company, they were having an issue. I just use it because it's there. Usually when I drop a distance, I'll have a little portable cooler. I'll keep some cold drinks in there. I get some grapes and apples and stuff, put those in Ziploc bags. cut them, dip them in lemon juice so they won't, go turn brown. Apple slices or pineapple juice or something like that, something acidic. So when I drive, if I get hungry or if I get sleepy while I'm driving, I got something to munch on. But I've gone through 2 cans of Pringles in one trip, just between here and Lafayette. It's only 75 miles. Oh, the one time I was in Lafayette, the second company I worked for, we had an office in Lafayette. It was raining so bad on the Chapalaya Basin that 18-wheelers were going under 30 miles an hour. I almost wanted to stay. We had to find a Walmart someplace like that, get me some toothbrush, toothpaste, and whatever else I needed, and somebody how to get cleaned up in the morning and change your clothes. But no, I braved the weather and drove that 75 miles from there to here. It's about the same distance as it is from Baton Rouge to New Orleans. We got Scarface here. I like plain and I like barbecued. Now, sometimes when I'm out driving out in Central, if I can find Lay's, I'll get 2 or 3 other snack cans from like a little grocery store, like a little gas station or something, because they're a lot cheaper than the cans are, and you can almost get 3 cans of the snack cans for the price of a can of Pringles. Now, I've done this before, taking Lay's barbecue chips, put them in a food processor till they turn into powder. Mix in about half a cup of flour and dunk the chicken in an egg milk batter. Then dip that into the barbecue chicken with the flour and fry it. My God, we're not getting nothing good out. Nothing pre-60. I got one more roll left. Yeah. Oh, look, you gotta be careful. Especially if you're buying like, oh, look at that. We got a little beehive there. I know this one time I went to buy laundry detergent. Had 2 of the small boxes of Gaines, which do about 40 loads. Okay? So there's 80 loads for $7. Right next to it was a box of the same weight. I dropped the nickel and I can't find it. I may have to turn a little light on. The 2 boxes the same way as the next box up, which was 10 more loads than the 2 boxes combined for a cheaper price. You know, watch Walmart. They'll get you on stuff like that. Last raw nickels. Will we find silver in it? I doubt it, but crossing my fingers. They're not beehives on Roosevelt. Those are dye chips in his hair or on his face. Beehives occur on buildings. It's like you see if you go outside, get the dirt dauber's nest or wasps making the nest. I don't see no silver, but you want to know until we go through them? Yeah. I'm going to grab a roll of pennies. Do that next. You got Short and Memorial on that. Okay, reverse. It'd be my luck this weekend. I stop someplace and get a silver nickel and change. That'd be my luck. Got a little dye chip going. Look, we got a little dye chip in the hair, but I don't really keep those. That's very common to find it right there in that hair. I thought I could do Christmas shopping. Well, I am going to be doing this, though. I hate to touch my 401k, but I'm going to have to. I got a dead tree in my yard. Damaged my house last year at the end of the year. Another branch fell. Put a hole in the brand new roof. Popped the line off. Then tore up my shed. I gotta get a new shed. So I want to at least get the dead tree removed. By touching my 401k, the Roth portion of it. So I gotta get a guy come in here and give me an estimate tomorrow on that, or this weekend on that one tree. Because I don't use oh, we got a pretty 1960, and we got a bar on top of the zero, which is actually it's like a die chip. So we have a bar nickel. Oh, we got one on the R and the E. I had never found one before. I got some because I bought a box of nickels with those, and it say Denver. Okay, and we got a little die chip right there in the C. So these bars occur as a die chip. They call them bars because they go across the top of the letters. So we got ER and 1960. I'll be taking photos of this and putting this on the in the group chat on Discord. Oh yeah, December 28th last year I came home from going to a restaurant. The limb fell. Instead of the meter going up to the roof, it rotated towards the ground. Still had power. Took me 3 months to get the money together to get that fixed. Impact increased the loan and all that. Then about 3 months ago, maybe two, a limb fell, hit a branch on another tree. The first branch hit the roof straight down, broke off because it punctured the deck, tore up my fence. The other limb flipped upside down, went into my storage, my Rubbermaid storage shed. I actually punctured a hole in the roof and it tore it up. I need to recover it up. So now I'm in a process of looking at a metal building going away from the trees. One I could put my riding lawnmower in versus being wrapped up with a tarp. Here's another looking nickel, 88. $2,000. So yeah, and on top of that, me losing my car with somebody running the stop sign, towing it out. Just now I found I cannot sue. So I'm trying to get in touch with a friend of mine from high school, see if I can take him to small claims court. So get that note paid off and get that note out of my hair. 75 Denver. The tree that's dead is a red oak. And it's about 90 to 100 feet tall. Not an SMS. My birth year, 1966. I'm watching Man Land on the Moon. I was old enough to remember when they did a night launch. I guess I was probably 5. And everybody was in bed. I forgot my dad had to go back out to the plant. So I went into the living room, turned the TV on, and watched the night launch. As the rocket was lifting off, my dad walks in the door. Whew. That was not a nice night. There we go. We got a little spiky beehive. I got more beehives out of this row than any of the other rows. I'm into the end and no silver yet. And just think, every year they add more nickels to the bunch, the harder it's going to be to find silver in a box. Or people are just realizing what they got and they're keeping the silver. Now I know the machine at my bank, it rejects all silver. So it's possible some places they get a bunch of change, they call Brinks to come pick up the change. You know, and that's how silver's getting rolled back up from circulation. Okay, we're getting to the end. I'm going to do one row of pennies. No, that's right. Only thing they don't charge you for is rehooking it back up. But all the riser, the meter pan, all that had to be replaced. You have to be a licensed electrical contractor to do that. Then once the contract is done, they call the power company after they pass inspection, and then they come hook it back up. The only issue I had was, I did not know this, they changed the code up to where now the meter pan has to be grounded. When it's already grounded through the panel board. So the company, Demco, would not hook it back up. So I got the meter. So I actually had to call the contractor. Said, dude, Demco wants to meet the meter pan grounded to the ground rod. Now, I want to tell you this. If you ever upgrade your electrical system in your house, you now have to put arc fault breakers in all the rooms of the house. All rooms have to be on arc fault breakers now. Now, the exception to that is washer, dryer, air conditioning. If you have an electric water heater, all that can be hooked up to a regular breaker. And if it's not set right, because my sister just had a house built. Ooh, got some bunch of shiny ones in here. In their house, the arc fault breakers kept tripping. So the owner of the company went out there to check everything. 2008. When you set your wiring into a breaker, you're supposed to unscrew it. You're supposed to screw it down, flatten it out, unscrew it, and then tighten it back down. Because what happens is if you don't do that and you squeeze just the wire down one time, it's not tight. Because when you compress it, it compresses itself down slightly more. So you back it out, you screw it back down, and that's how you get a tight. I need that part. That. Hopefully I get a Denver one. 25 Denver. So I actually, when we rewired my house, because I work for an engineering firm, we knew what to do. I actually had a whole new panel. So all my equipment's in the old panel, which is your washer, dryer, air conditioning, stove. And my stove is electric, so I don't have gas. So we have some doubling in the date. There's doubling in the E. This is a different double die now. This is not the 002. Oh, actually the G. Oh, it is. Oh, we found WDDO002. It's listed in my name on Wexler's website, cross-reference to Variety Vista. We just found a double die. Yay! I found one. Where I found my penny boxes. My penny flips. My penny flips. There they are. Now, the limb that fell a couple months ago, it didn't damage the house or the meter or anything like that. All it did is just pop the line off Them code came out and they reconnected it at no charge. Now, what you're responsible for in your yard, any branches that hang down onto a power line, the only thing they cut are the limbs and the servitude. And usually, if you got overhead, you got 15 foot on each side of the center of the power pole to represent a 30-foot servitude. This one go to dirty water. Well, actually, this is nicer than what I got. I might keep this one. Again, send them one. That I do know for a fact. When we were looking at buying this house, I was getting the 5th degree from my father-in-law. But what to maintain all that, I finally said, Mr. Charles, remember, my dad's a retired electrician. I kind of know what I'm responsible for with a house. I can't find my pen. Oh, I guess I use the script though. And today's what, the 4th, right? Yep. So now we got a double die. Okay. Or I got into the flip, and the flip blended out the doubling in the date. Let's see if this works. Okay, let's look at the G. If you look, you can see a split running right through here and picking up there on the bottom. And it's not flat, it's rounded right there. Inside the O, inside the D, there's a little die gouge right there where the pointer is. Once you put them into flips, it's hard to see it. Here on the W, the splitting at the of the E. See right here on the bottom of the E. Split right here on the T. This side of the T. Bottom of the R. Here on the R. Inside the arc. Bottom of the U. And the S. S right there. Same T as with the other T. You see it right there inside the 0. The bottom of the 2 right up in here. Here. Inside the 2 there. There. splits right there in the bottom of the 4, inside the 4. That's the doubling. There's some other die markers too, but if you go to Wechsler's, you can look at that. Once you put it into a flip, it's hard to see those markers. After this, I'm going to clear out the disc. Oh, shoot. No, I'm having a hard time. I got to raise it back up. What's funny, though, when I originally first found my first one, I suspected it was machine doubling. Went into a local coin shop. The guy said he thought it might be machine doubling. So the guy who does the varieties for Wechsler sent him photos. He said, it's machine doubling. That happened at the beginning of June. Right at the end of June, beginning of July, I noticed on Variety Vista, the exact same coin. So I contacted the guy back at Wexler. He said, send it to me ASAP. So I sent it to him, and when he got it, he said as soon as he looked at it, with a 10 power loop, he knew it was a double die. So that's how I got it verified. See, this one's not at all. You're welcome. They're being found here in Louisiana, I think Mississippi, Georgia. I think somebody said possibly Alabama's had a few popped up in there. I hadn't seen anything about that, but somebody else said they heard about that. So, I got a portable hard drive to back up my new hard drive up. But I did get a new thumb drive. Once I was taking photos, making folders and stuff for all these photos I want. That's me backed up to a thumb drive. "2017 Philly." That is a normal 2017 Philly. I got a ton of hub doubles. This is hub doubling, I think. No, it's not. So in this one, this is a double die. I don't know which one it is. This is thicker than what it should be. The left arm's thicker than the right arm. This is hub doubling. It'd be thicker here and thinner here, but it's not. So this is actually a double die. And so I don't know which one it is. I haven't noticed any copper yet in this row. No white AM. I have 3 of those now. Okay. A white AM is going to look like the spacing on that 98, 99, and 2000, similar to this type of spacing. Now, 92, you want those touching for the close AM from Denver and Philly. Now, the double die. Still no copper, but we got 2 double dies. Still no copper. I'm almost at the end of this row. I miss getting boxes of pennies. They're a lot cheaper. No copper. Wow. A pure roll of zinc cents. That's freaking crazy. Okay, let me start picking up some of the stuff. We're going to do the change out of the Pringles can next. Okay. So let's start with the Westward Journey series. I don't care about the mint marks. I just want to see how many I got of each type. I did check the trees for doubling. So we had none of those. This is pretty hard to stack these up and not knocking them down. I just knocked down a stack of the beehives. So no silver. Skunk box on silver nickels. What is this one for? Die crack. Okay. I think I got the Westward Journey nickels. There's another buffalo. Oh, I'm still pulling coins out. Oh, there's a whole bunch. The piece. Okay. With the piece nickels, how many we got? 5, 10, 12. Keel boats. 5, 12 also. The 2004 Buffaloes. 5, 11. So it's 24, 11. It's 35. And we got 8 piece. Meaning 8 of the westward Pacific View. So it gives me up to 41 West Virginia nickels out of all those rolls. Okay. What did I say about the bar nickel? So I want to take a picture of that. Put that on. So pre-60. Talking 59 on back. Get that all set up. This is going to be crazy. As I get them all sorted out, I'm going to show y'all. Oh, that's an 82. What's that doing back there? There's the 61. That's not the one I want. 61. Coming from all my old nickels. $48. I found them. Yes. 48 Denver, second one. Another 48. We have a bunch of 48 Denvers, let me tell you. 60. 61. 39. We had 2 of those. Neither one's a double die, I know that. So 2 39s. There's a 52. 57. 47. Philly. 46 Philly. 48 Philly. 48 Philly. Here's a Denver one, and this is a 55 Denver. Okay. 40 S. You got 2 of those. 53. 41. this the Orges? 53S. Yeah. Okay. $41S. That's the second one. $40. Was that Philly, right? Yep. So that's the second 40 Philly. Another S. This one's 41S. So we had three 41S's, which are the lowest mintage of the 41s. 48 Philly. Denver. 47 Denver. That's the second one of that one. And the last one is going to be another Denver, and it's going to be 48. So 239s, 240s, 341s, 46, 247s, 748s, 152, 250. Is that right? Did I say 52? 55. That's in the wrong spot. 253, so 55, 57, and 56. And several 60s and 61s. So that's going to be all those. I think those are going to fit into one tube. So that's a lot. So we had $19.98 Canadian nickel. We had our proof nickel, 1996. No, it's 2016 proof. We had our 72S proof nickel found. So those are going to get flipped and put into my book of finds for this year. Everything else I want to just go through, sort it out. We got a bunch of beehives. I'm not going to cover all of those. Let's see, 24s. 4, 8, 11, 'That's not it. That's not it. I know I got some more. The die chips. Okay, we're up to 14. So we got a total of 1824 Denvers. I'm just going to double check these. Oh, that's a Philly. So I don't get that many of those. Just double checking all my stacks. 83, 83. So we're going to do a tube, 24 Denvers. I got some more in tubes, partial tubes, to make a full roll. Okay, that was marked up. But I got 24p. Got one of those. Yeah, I know. I want to do that. I have to do all this other stuff here. I'm trying to get all this cleaned up. Need one of my tall tubes for these beehives. Any left? Yep. Now I gotta get these out. Now why I keep that one? Oh, die crack. These are beehives. These are beehives. That stack is beehives. What is that stack? More beehives. That's a Denver one. That's a Denver with the beehive. Yep, beehives. So I basically fill up a tube with bee. Okay. Rest of these are die chips. And the letters are die cracks. Those I'm putting in Ziploc bags. Yeah, the rest of these gotta go into Ziploc bags. And what is this? 25 Philly, right? Yeah, I need 2 for those. Now into the car change. So it's gonna take me a few minutes to sort all of those out because I got a bunch of quarters, pennies, nickels, dimes. Okay, Those I gotta flip. There you go. I'll just clear off from a coin show. 9:30, I think is what time I got it set for. Okay, just so y'all know what I'm working with. That's changed from all last week and this week. So we're going to start out just let's see. All the pennies. Some places are still giving up pennies and change. Some places aren't. They're starting to round up or down in my area. Probably got a roll of pennies here. Yeah, I got a bunch of pennies here. About 60, maybe about, it's a good bit. More than we usually get, but like I said, it's 2 weeks worth. Now I'm pulling the dimes out. It's gonna be more fun. Got a bunch of dimes. A bunch of dimes. I know one place they gave me like, I want to say 80 cents just in dimes alone. Wow. If my truck is ready at noon and I can get it paid for, I have to borrow money from mom and dad. That's all the dimes. No, I did not go to the car wash at all. So I had a ton of quarters like I usually do. Nickels. 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 Put all the nickels. What I'm going to do, I'm not going to separate the quarters. We're just going to start going through them. Okay, let's start with the quarters. I'll put them all in one. Oh, there's another nickel. '96, Denver. Let me get these kind of. Here's one of the women's quarters. '24 Denver. We got here George Rogers Clark. There's a nickel. Might as well just go and put into the mix. George crossing the Delaware. No die chip in the hat. I see the doubling down there. Another 96. Always look for any type of die cracks. Nothing there. Nothing there. I did not like the Wyoming State quarter at all. I keep searching these letters for die chips in the letters. I never found one yet. Salt River Bay. Mint mark. Philly. No doubling on the obverse. It's on 003 not too long ago. Yeah, I met my ex-wife. Denver. George crossing the Delaware coin. Nope. State quarter. I have yet to do a box. I want to do a box. Denver. Did I say Denver? The tall grass prairie. That's one that the Dirty War sim is a die chip along that bottom wing and that top wing. Do I get those these quarters? I'll show you that quarter. Darn, no extra rocks, no die chips on the tower. Another back quarter. Another COVID quarter. San Antonio missions. I'm never going to. I saw a video a while back, right after I started doing videos. Guy was searching a box of quarters. He had 11 W quarters in one box. It was San Antonio's mission. He was like freaking out. Like every row, it was like almost every other row he was opening up. He had one W quarter. Darn. No high leaf, low leaf. Ah, it's not Denver one. That's why. I keep mine. One day I may sell them. Now, Philly or Denver? That's a Philly. No doubling in the earring. God dog it. There's a die tip right there. Die crack on this nose. Mount Rushmore. Okay, that's the first time I've seen that on a Denver coin. So we got something to keep. Put into the book. It's so messed up, it might not go through the machine. Oh, we got the bump on the nose. The pimple, the wart, whatever you want to call it. Oh, got one on here. So we got two finds. Found one of what? No extra rock there. Must be a Denver. I was right. I never found your site. I've sold some bills on eBay before, but I must sell on whatnot. Pictured rocks. Do we have the DDO? Nope. Kansas. Do we have that error? Nope. Denver. Idaho. I'm not going to worry about that one. Philly. Do we have any die chips on the wing? Oh, we got the die chip in the antenna. On the head, the antenna's completely gone. I think. No, it's not. Shoot. Kisashie National Forest. I'm going to lose it. What? If my truck's ready at lunch and I pick it up, pay for it, I gotta come all the way over here, get rid of my change, go all the way back to by my office and turn in all these coins in. Probably I am getting quarters since I'm selling Saturday morning and whatnot. So I'll be hunting live tomorrow night. I gotta get everything ready for that. Got a bunch of individual proof coins. I have a little bit of silver to sell. Because I could go through 10 world quarters in no time. Okay, what mint mark we got? Philly, we got die chips and the K and the A. No volcano die chip. There we go. And for Denver, I can't find anything on that coin. Whoa, we got the pooping horse. Look at the die chip right there between the legs. We found one. I bought one. Now I find one. Well, I got my first pooping horse. That's what they call it. See, Dirty Warriors Game 1 is the die chip right here at the base of the neck. See, I found anything on that. Nobody has. It's $1 worth of fines and quarters. Let's see what we get on these nickels. I ain't worried about that little die chip. FS die chip. Okay. Yes, it is. If usually what it is, the die chip that occurs between the 10 antenna on that quarter. So it is in mint error. Once I turned it, I saw the antenna. Sometimes the shadows can play tricks on your eyes. That's why you always rotate. When you think you got a double die, you rotate and see if it changes. Next, we're going to do dimes and we do pennies last. I found one like that. That's probably when I started doing videos, but I don't think I recorded it. Let's see what's on this one. 15. I forgot what I said was wrong with this one. FS. Okay. Now I'm going to put in here with the beehives. Dimes. Okay, that's nasty. I ain't gonna worry about that one. A dirty one. That could possibly get full bands. But circulated. I'm not gonna worry about that. Probably an XF45 full bands. Nothing on him. Nothing back there in the back. I'm getting sleepy. So yeah, once I get done with this, I'll pull the camera out the case and do photos of the bar. Well, that's the first one I found. Like I said, I bought one, then I'll find one. And that was a lot bigger than the other one, than the one I bought. Well, I haven't found in a while. It's been the Arizona Extracacus leaf. The dye chip that occurs on those initials. 2016 Philly. One Denver, a little deep, slightly struck with a tilted collar. See how deep that rim is? How deep it goes down? Maybe that's an overpressure strike. Got one more stack of dimes to do. Then it's off to the pennies. No, I'm done. I gotta put clothes in the dryer. I haven't found a rim clash in a long time either. $25 timber, $25 timber. I just posed damage there. I mean, I've gone where I haven't found anything in dimes, so like for several rows. The only time I go get two rows, and it's like I got dye chips everywhere. Do we have it? No, we do not have the FS 901 on the 68. God dog it. If I found a 69 FS 901, then I haven't found a 68 yet. We got the extra gouge on the flame where they used the wrong dyes. Using proof dyes on business struck coins. Okay, I was going over there too. I forgot what I got. I forgot Denver or Philly sitting over there. Putting together a little set for my great niece to have. Probably have to order a Native American dollar to go along with it. Last I heard, all the mints and proof sets are sold out at the U.S. Mint. Dimes. Yeah, nasty. We got pennies next, and I'm done. I'm taking photos. That 60 bar, 60, whatever year it was. Maybe this time I'll look and get some copper. 82. I know where my scale is. That's copper. Yeah. $75 Denver. Clash, not crash. Clash. That's cool. I had never found one on a quarter before. A little die crack there, bottom of the base. Got a rim to rim bottom crack right there, so we'll keep that one. Oh, that's so bad. I might just put them with the regular batch. $77, that's our third copper one. One person. She left. $73 Denver. I'm going to be live. I want to find something incredible. Who was it? Actually, it's 68, 69, and 70 where they used the wrong dies on the business strike coins. I find more of the 70s than I do in any other. Trying to get through these done. I'm ready to get off. My phone's at 40% power. So I'm probably taking that picture tomorrow and posting on Discord tomorrow. So form up to 4 coppers out of this batch, out of the car / pocket. Oh, we got hub doubling here. Hub double die. Then a 002. I'm getting close to the end. I got one more small stack of about 12, maybe 15. I am done for the night. That's one I looked at. Last stack of pennies. $73 Denver. Puts me up to 5 coppers. I just smashed in. God dog it. This is what I found out in the parking lot. I'll have to find that and see what explanation that they got. I got a few more coins left, and they tend to look like they're copper. $77 and $79. That's it. So we got a couple error coins out there. How many copper did I get total? We got several copper coins. Well, thanks everybody came out tonight. Thanks for all the likes, the thumbs up. Y'all have a good evening. And remember, check both sides of the coins. You never know what you're going to find. Everybody have a good evening. And stay warm and dry. Because it's wet here in South Louisiana. 2 hours and 9 minutes.